Yo, what's going on, sports family, man? And we back again with another Micah and Friends episode, man. And today we got the usual suspects in the building, man. We got Nate from the West Coast checking in on the East Coast still. We
You
got my
already
boy
know.
Cott checking in all the way in Maryland,
Yes,
man, holding it down, man. Y'all boys doing good today?
Solid, bro. Can't complain. Ready to get to it.
Man.
sir. Same
Man,
here.
we about to get it going, man. First off, we got to shout out the sponsors, man. Shout out to the Grind Magazine, man. Small businesses, big businesses. If you want to take your business to the next level, make sure you go over there and check out the Grind Magazine, man. They can put you in front of the culture the right way you need to be, and they can build a marketing campaign for your company from the ground up. Also, shout out to TLV Sports, man. This whole production is being brought to you by them, so make sure you go over there check them out on IG. Say what up. Tell them that Mike and Friends sent you, a National Sports Chat sent you. You feel me? But like I said, man, we got a lot going on today, man. It's been an interesting little week in sports since we checked in, man. We got a little group chat and we just been firing back and forth in there. But today, just off the top of the list, man, we got to get it going with the head arcing news. We got Brett Brown being fired out of Philly. They said as soon as the jet landed, he got issued his papers, man. So I wanted to get you all's thoughts on. You hear Dave in the back with the boo? Yeah, we need to get a boo sound effect in here.
Facts.
Boo! No,
Ooh.
but
Facts.
no, man, Brett, you up out of here. I wanted to get y'all thoughts on just everything with Philadelphia and Brett Brown's departure, and what do they need to do in this draft and this upcoming season to get on track. I'm gonna start off with Cott, man. What's your thoughts on it, bro?
I mean, well, first of all, like I mentioned on the last episode, I personally didn't think that. I just feel like Brett Brown. He's not an awful coach. There was nothing wrong with him, but I mean, it got stale. You know what I mean? Like I feel
Yes, sir.
like
Shout out to them Sixers. My bad. Keep it going.
they reached their pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? With him at the head of the reins. Now, I will say that I don't personally think that it was all Brett Brown. You know what I'm saying? Elton Brand, he made some questionable moves in the GM
Mhm.
position. You know what I'm saying? Their front office, they made some questionable, you know what I'm saying, calls. But ultimately, you know what I'm saying, most of the time coaches are the scapegoat. So, and that's what it was in that situation. And honestly, it was his time. You know what I'm saying? But I personally think if we were talking about replacing him, I
Yeah.
like Mark Jackson, man. I like Mark Jackson personally.
Facts.
That was my number one to go there. I think that, you know what I'm saying, he could bring a level of discipline, especially with their current roster. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he could relate to those guys.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches could. So, you know what I'm saying? But as far as Brett Brown, it was his time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think it was anything that he could have done, like within this season? Say if they would have got to the Eastern Conference Finals, or even to the second round without Ben Simmons, do you think the front office would have understood and be like, you know what, we see you trying, we were down a man, we gonna give you another shot?
For sure, that's a career saver right there. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like the fact that they got swept also like made the decision that much easier. You know what I mean?
Man,
So it is what it is. I mean, you could tell. I actually watched his facial expressions in that game 4. He was pissed.
he knew.
whole-
He probably,
He knew it was over.
he probably
He knew-
knew before the series started. Like, man, hey, you lose this one in a bad fashion, it may be over with. Even if you lose it, it may be over with. For
It
y'all,
was,
don't know,
over with Jenner.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nate, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Man, I gotta agree with Cott. I don't really think Brett Brown was that terrible of coach. I just don't think he's a good like commander in chief. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if he was the leader for that type of superstar talent, because I think that team, you got two really big personalities in Joel and Ben Simmons, and I think they need somebody who's not really like afraid to get in them. You know what I'm saying? Like Cott said, Mark Jackson would be a good fit. I kind of got to stay away from saying Mark Jackson because I say that for every coaching vacancy. I just like Mark Jackson as a coach. I want to see him back in the league. But, you know, I think he liked that announcer's desk. But, you know, they need somebody that's going to come in there and really run a tight shift. Like I've been seeing the report like Greg Popovich. I don't think Greg Popovich will ever leave the Spurs organization. I mean, I feel like that's his organization. You know, and like they should rename the court after him. You feel me?
Yeah, and if he does leave, it'll be just to retire, bro. And Tim
Exactly.
Duncan's getting that position. He already done
Like,
coached the game, like a couple games. You feel me? But keep
like
going.
people forget, his wife passed a few years ago, so I just think Greg's on his way out in general. I don't think he'll take another coaching job, but I look at it as I think Brett did a solid job with what he had, but I think his superstars made him look worse of a coach than what he really was. Like, if you really look at, the way Joel and Ben Simmons play together or just play in general by themselves, like Joel can be very lazy at times, and you can't really blame a coach for that. Like, he came into this season out of shape. How can I blame Brett Brown for a superstar coming back into a season out of shape, And same with Ben Simmons. Like, how can I blame him for Ben Simmons not shooting the ball? Like, I'm sure he ain't the only one that's told Ben Simmons to shoot the ball. Like, that affects floor spacing, that affects everything. That affects team morale if your point guard won't shoot. And like Kot said, Elton, he made some very questionable decisions, maxing out Tobias Harris, someone who's never been an all-star. That's not a move I would have made, but, they traded assets, so they had to do it. Giving somebody like Al Horford $100 million before you even see the fit, you could have given him a 1-2 year deal, maybe $30 million, just to see as a trial and error, with a team. Yeah. But instead, you gave him a long-term contract. You gave Josh Richardson a nice amount of money, and then I think they got like $400 million tied up in the next years, like few years, you feel me? Between Tobias, Joel, and Ben Simmons. So I think, the organization just needed a change, and the coach will always be the scapegoat, just like Kai said. So,
yeah, man. And just to further, just to get into this, man, for myself, man, I would say it was time, bro. Like, in certain situations, like when it's the coach being fired, I believe two things at once. One, the coach could be bad, or two, it's just not the right situation at the right time. And once you put all those, he's been there for like 5 years or so, 4 or 5 years, 7 years. It's time to, you know what I'm saying? But was he dealt the best hand? No, I don't think so. Was he dealt the good one? Yeah, I feel like he could have did better with what he had. But you got to understand, as an organization, once you all go forward and tell your fellow staff and employees, all right, we're going to lose so we can keep getting these good pieces. That you're building a losing atmosphere in the organization regardless off rip. So guys are not going to, take to losing or just, take to winning, you know what I'm saying, like that. So I don't know, man. It was definitely time for him to go. I would like to see what happens down the line, especially with Elton Brand, because like you all said, it is some questionable moves out there. You got 180 within Tobias, you know what I'm saying, and you don't really know what that is. And B, can he stay healthy? Ben Simmons, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too many question marks over there. And for this process to be however long it was, bro, I feel like it took a toll on everybody. And it was just time, bro. Like,
well, the process is over, man. That's over. I'm actually kind of glad it went down like this. Not to say I'm happy to see Ben injured or anything, but it's good to show that tanking is not going to work. Like, it really doesn't work in any professional sports. Because, like you said, it creates like a losing atmosphere, But two things can be true. Like Kenny Atkinson, the coach for the Nets, he did a great job with the Nets. I just think that the Nets were looking for a different direction. They got 2 new superstars, they're kind of heading in a different direction. Same for Brett Brown. Like, it's hard to transition from worst team in NBA history with 10 wins to all of a sudden you want him to coach a championship team. Like, those are 2 different skill sets, Like, coaching guys to be competitive and learn and work on their skills is way different than coaching guys to, get to a title. So it's a lot of factors. But all in all, I think it was a good decision. He had to let him go and start fresh.
And just to add, too, just as much as, we want to say, like, man, we got to stop saying Mark Jackson. He's the perfect guy for this position, bro. Because even I heard Elton Brand today, he was like, man, we're not looking to trade Embiid or Simmons. We're looking to keep both of them. So if that's the case, you need a coach like Mark Jackson to come in. One, because he's a no-nonsense type of coach. And you got guys already that already know what he provides and brings to the organization. And like with that, like you got guys, I forgot who was it in Golden State that was like, man, like he was just a strict guy. It wasn't no cursing. You couldn't do anything like that around him. And those guys need that type of structure, bro, because there's no leadership in that locker room. I feel like when they did have the slightest bit of leadership, they let it go, and that was with Redick, because Redick he's a proven vet. And what you
Mhm.
gonna say to him if he coming off the bench and he could give you 24? You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I feel like I don't know. They need some type of leadership in that organization. I feel like it has to start from the top down, be it the coach. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what goes on though, man. If is that y'all got anything else on that?
Shit, they just in a good position. I'll say that they got enough talent. They might need to tweak the roster a little bit. You got to get if you're
Yeah.
going to keep Ben and Joel, you got to get some more reliable shooters. You feel me? Which might be hard because they spend so much damn money at this point. But if you can get
Yeah.
some cheap dudes off the bench or something like that, space out the floor, they have a good problem. I say they got
Yeah.
two dudes that I think could be cornerstones of your franchise. So if you trade one or you don't, you keep both. You still have talent. So whoever
Yeah.
comes in, they're gonna have an abundance of talent. It's just making it work now.
Yeah. Facto, man. And it's just to get into this next one, man, because real quick, because Nate, you said something I wanted to touch on. You was talking about how Mark Jackson likes it behind the commentator's booth,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not the one to call for jobs, but somebody, please, bro, quit Chris Webber, bro. Please, like, bro, he's worse. Like, it's getting worse than Hubie Brown, bro. Like, I hate when Hubie Brown does that. Like, it's getting terrible now, bro. Like,
You
get
gotta
him
just
out
talk
of.
about basketball, bro. You
Yeah,
don't talk
bro.
about basketball enough.
Yeah, bro, he's just monotone too. Oh man, you see the guys? He LeBron pulled up and said, "No, not today." Like nigga, if you don't get that lane, man. Nah. But yeah, though, man. I don't know. That was just on my spirit. But just to keep to the next one, man. Let's go to this Luka versus the Clippers, man, and just everything was going on in this series, man. He then hit a game-winning shot a couple days ago on Reggie Scrub Jackson. And
Mm-hmm.
he was just been making it happen, minus Porzingis, and they're down Porzingis today. So I wanted to get you all's thoughts on who do you think is going to win today's game, and what's been going on in the series, and just everything surrounding that. I'm gonna start with you, Nate.
Well, I got big respect for Luka. I'm gonna say that right now, and the Dallas team in general. Like, seeing dudes like Trey Burke get a second chance and really using it, getting
Yeah.
buckets on what you would consider elite defenders.
Mhm.
Seth Curry, dudes like that. It just kind of shows you like never really stop working. You feel me? Because you could be out the league, or you feel me, not drafted, and then be back in it playing big time playoff minutes. You just got to be ready. You feel me? So I think Dallas has done a good job finding guys that just want to go out there and hoop. But my pick for tonight, I'd have to say the Clippers, because if they don't win this game, to me, the series is over. You feel me? Like if you go down 3-2 to the lower seed, I think that's a terrible morale thing for them. I think our guys have played pretty well. I say our because I'm a Clipper fan. If we go down to Luka, I'm not gonna be too mad because he's just that nice. But I'm gonna say like our guys have played well. Besides Pandemic P, whatever you want to call him, like he's really been a disaster these past 3 games. I know he's a better player than that. You feel me? I hate on him a lot because I've seen what he does in the playoffs. 6 points against Joe Ingles in the closeout. But I expect him to play better realistically. Yo, can't hear you.
I said you might as well hold off on PG talk to the next topic because it's gonna get
all right,
very, very. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
Make
I
it
got the
very
Clippers tonight.
disrespectful. You got the
I
Clippers,
got the
right?
Clippers tonight. It's going to be a close game, though. I mean, Luka, as good as Kawhi and PGR as defenders, I mean, he's been playing against elite defense and been the focal point of the offense probably since he was like 15, 16 years old. So
Yeah.
double teams are nothing new to him. He could pass out of them. He got the size to go at our bigs. You feel me? Montrez is no bigger than Luka. Like, he's probably not bigger than Luka at all, actually. Like, our only reliable big man to me that can guard him or, like, provide, at least a hand in the paint is Zubac. And he doesn't play that many minutes because he can't stretch the floor. So,
Yeah.
I'm looking for Luka to have a big night tonight. I think Seth Curry will probably have a big night tonight because our guards just – we just can't defend right now. But I think Kawhi will go out there. We might see Kawhi with a 40 piece tonight.
Ooh, I ain't gonna say you wrong, man. Kyle, I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna let you end this off on this one. But man, what's been going on? First off, man, salute to Luka for hitting that shot. That's a big time shot, and I just want to just salute him just in general, man, because he's becoming that type of guy. He's becoming one of those perennial players that you look to. I feel like if you want me just to be honest, I feel like he's the best guy in Texas right now. And take that take the, you know what I'm saying, take the shots as you please. You know what I'm saying? Shots for everybody. He's the best guy in Texas. I said it, but no,
I can agree
but
with
no,
that. He's a ride for sure.
yeah, man, and you just gotta salute him, man. And he's been doing it. First game, you could say he was, yeah, you could say he was robbed of having Porzingis in that first game. Then you got Porzingis not playing. Then you have him not playing tonight. So he's been definitely knocking down the walls and just overcoming all the feats against one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team in the league. So you definitely got to salute that. And he's doing it in a fashionable manner. This is not make believe. He's showing up every night, whether it's 40, 17, and 13 or 45, or he's getting it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever needs to be done, it's gonna get done. And also salute to him just because his Euro is better than Manu right now. You know what I'm saying? And Manu brought that here, but his Euro is nasty.
It may not be as quick, you know what I'm saying, but
it ain't
bigger.
As quick, but I think
he's bigger.
The slowness is what lose him, because it's like he be over here. I don't know, bro. Then
he's 6'8", you feel me? So he could get that contact. He could do things that Manu can't. He could do things that a lot of small guards can't. Like, he's a legit point guard, you feel me? Like, if people tell you different, they just not watching him. Because watching Luka play is pretty, bro. Like, you feel me? It's like a combination of it. If Magic was here right now, he'd probably play like a similar brand of basketball as Luka. Probably a little quicker, maybe a little faster, but the passing ability and just pure size, like, he's shedding defenders with his shoulder off the Euro. Like,
and he's not forcing it, bro. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, a lot of guys who I noticed that try to get those big assist numbers are forcing it. Like, even when Westbrook averaged that triple double, he forced it. Like, he's not a natural passer. You know what I'm saying? But that's who I'm not gonna say. Well, I say he is. Luka is a natural passer, but he's a natural scorer, number one. You feel me? But he can facilitate and lead the offense. But like I just said, even though I just saluted Luka this whole time, the Clippers definitely had to step it up, man. Like, you got Kawhi, and I noticed one thing I did have to point out is Doc Rivers. And I don't know what it is, but it's his adjustment making to me, bro. It doesn't seem like he makes adjustments at the right time. He'll just, even if they do come in from a timeout, they'll have a plan. It'll work for a run. Then they'll just get shambled because it'll take one switch off. And I don't know why. Stop. You feel me? Just leave Kawhi on Luka, bro. Like, don't have
easier
nobody.
Said than done.
I know, but just leave it on him, bro. Just leave him on him, bro. Because anytime that happens, it's always going to be a tough shot for Luka. Not saying that Kawhi wins that battle every time, but you could literally, bro. Every time Kawhi is on him, it's a different ball game. And they didn't play the last ball game how they did the one before where they won it. And literally, Kawhi, every possession, I don't know if anybody noticed it, but every possession, he got the rock on a takeout. It's no nothing, bro. Get out the way. I'm about to go get 35, 10, and whatever. And I may shoot 20. I may be 10 to 22, but hey, I'm about to get 35 and we gonna win the game, bro. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I know that the Clippers won't lose the series just because Kawhi could do that. You know what I'm saying? He could come and get the ball every possession and, hey, man, get out the way, And what I got for Paul George is next. I ain't even going to get into that now. But, God, what's your thoughts on everything with this Luka big time shot and just the series in general and who you got winning tonight? My bad. I ain't say who I had winning tonight. The Clippers. But you got it, Cot.
Man, I call him Luka the Don because he he is in a lane of his own right now, man. I don't think we've ever seen a 21-year-old as skilled and with a complete as a game as him. Like Nate said, that I have to shout outs and salute to the whole Mavericks team. You know what I mean? They all been balling. It hasn't just been Luka. I actually saw a stat the other day that said that they're actually more efficient without Kristaps Porzingis on the court, which is actually kind of, you know what I'm saying, mind blowing to me. But hey, it just shows you how talented Luka is and how like they're one of the only teams in the league that come down and literally run the same play every single time. Put Luka in the pick and roll. make the defense collapse, find shooters, drive and kick. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, Luka, he's different. But as far as the Clippers, I feel like, well, I want to point out that last possession. That was a big time shot.
Bro.
But Jackson shouldn't have been guarding him. You know what I
No,
mean?
bro.
He switched. If you watch the play, Kawhi Leonard switched on the screen, and that's how Reggie got on. You know what I mean?
Kawhi didn't fight hard enough over that screen, but I will say Carlisle drew up a good play because he double screened him. You feel me? Maxi Kleber had the double screen. That's a good play, but if you Kawhi, you got to get over that screen. No excuses.
I don't care if it's a triple screen. I want
Facts.
Kawhi Leonard on him with 3 seconds. Even if it does allow another pass to somebody else, we want that other person touching.
Yeah. They could take that big time shot.
Get the ball out of Luka the Don's hands because he is that guy. You know what I mean? And he proved it. But I think it's going to be it's a great series. I called it going 6 or 7 anyway, just because of how talented, like I said, Dallas is. Guys like Trey Burke, Seth Curry, Trey Burke looking like he back in Michigan, man. I'm proud of him. So he definitely he's a smaller guy, so it took him a little time to adjust in the league. But you could tell he's definitely found his stride, playing with a lot of confidence. You know what I mean? Tim Hardaway Jr., even Max Kleber. Shout out Boban. Boban is ball.
Big.
You know what I mean?
Like Maxie been taking the assignment. He guarding Kawhi. You feel me? He's not even a wing defender. He's never probably defended on the wing for that long before. You feel me? But I think the Mavericks make it so tough on the Clippers because, well, I think we're also seeing the value of Patrick Beverly, you feel me, as a guard defender.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't really have any good guard defenders. Like they're killing us. The smaller players on their team are killing us. They're just even, you know, Kawhi is a great defender, but they're just so much quicker than he is. And Paul George, you feel me? Like those dudes 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". You got somebody 6'1", you got somebody 6'5", and Tim Hardaway. You got Seth Curry who can light it up from anywhere. Like you got guys that can come in the game and all get their own shot off. So, you know, I think Doc had a good plan like coming into the series with Porzingis. But now with Porzingis out, they play much more like a free flow offense. So I think it's just, you know, less crowded in the lane. You know, you got more passing lane. You got more shooters out there. Dude like Dorian Finney-Smith hitting baskets. And let me say this, bro. Yeah. I don't fuck with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, but he out there playing hard. You feel me? I'm going to say that, bro. Like somehow
you got to salute him. You know he was on my scrub list. You got to salute him when they playing hard.
They getting dudes that, you know, usually wouldn't give this type of value. Like Dorian Finney-Smith, like he's a good player, but I think Carlisle is maximizing, you know, what he can offer. Same for a dude like Kidd-Gilchrist, same for Trey Burke. Like there's a reason other teams couldn't utilize them to this extent. But so I gotta tip my hat to Rick Carlisle, and I gotta see Doc Deuce. He gotta make some adjustments.
Yeah, like that was kind of like my biggest takeaway, man, because it's like, bro, like Doc, you leading the ship, and it's easy, like, bro. It would have got to the point to where even this would have happened with me last game. Like Paul George, stop shooting, bro. Stop shooting unless it's a layup or it's an open tray. If it's or an open two, it gotta be something open or just stop shooting, bro.
I'm about to disagree with that because with a guy like PG, like you literally need his scoring. If they're going to be that championship team that they expect to be, they have to have PG's. You know what I'm saying? They have to have his input. And to tell him that's not. I feel like that's counterproductive.
They need it, but he need to turn it. That's transition, man. I just need to get everybody's thoughts on PG. Is he done for? Can he turn it around? I'm gonna lead it off, bro. Like I said, bro. If I'm Doc, bro, stop shooting, bro. Like just stop. Like if it's not an open look layup, stop because you clearly off right now. And they said on I forgot where I was watching, but it was First Take. Paul George even said to Doc, like, yeah, bro, I'm off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Doc keeps telling him to keep shooting, and I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Shoot or shoot. But no, bro, it's getting to a point to where it's almost turning outright disrespectful, bro. Because some of Paul George's shots or they're well contested shots, and I get it. When he's on, he makes them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against that, but when you missing them, it just looks terrible, bro. Like, and nobody don't want to see that, bro. And it's like it's getting to the point to where all the weight is being shifted on Kawhi. And not saying that Kawhi can't handle it, but dude, you get paid too and you were supposed to be the co-star of this team, and you got Lou coming off the bench getting 34 or however much he had, you know what I'm saying, and you shooting 2 for 14 and you can't even contribute. It's not about being off. People be off. Even Marcus Morris was off last game. But he turned the shit on. You know what I'm saying? He started 0 for 5, but he turned the shit on. It's about what you do. And even if you can't even turn it on offensively, stop getting cooked on defense, nigga. Like, you letting Hardaway Jr. cook you.
Facts.
Like, nigga, he hitting you with reverse lays and all type of shit. Like, come on, bro. Man, I don't want to say it's like he's done for, but I don't know, bro. It's just looking ugly for him, bro. He's not the guy he was in Indiana. I don't think he could ever lead a team. He's clearly a co-star, if that, bro. Like I said yesterday on the phone, he working his way down to that Chris Middleton level for me, you know. So I don't know, bro. Like it's borderline. And just do I think things could change? Yes, I feel like they could be able to get through this series even with Paul George shooting poorly. And if he goes, say if they get through this series with Paul George shooting poorly, and they go into every other series, and he's playing at PG level, not playoff P level, because we don't know what the fuck that is. Quite honestly,
playoff P level is dead. Playoff P, it doesn't exist. We gotta cut.
We haven't seen playoff P since 012.
Indiana.
Yeah, like we don't know what that is. So if he goes out, and gets it together for all the other series, can this be forgotten about? Yeah, but it's hard to forget about it right now because we watching multiple series year to year on what you've been doing, and when it's time to come out and play, you scrub out, bro. And there's no point. There's no like you got guys like Donovan Mitchell leading the team, and you scrubbing out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let me get my let me get y'all thoughts, man. Nate, go, man.
It's just funny to me, like the shift in conversation over like the past 3 games, right? So they go out and win a game when Paul George is shooting poorly, and he says, I'm not James Harden. I don't have to. This is why a lot of people be on Paul George's head, because he just makes very untimely comments. You feel me? He's talking about, I'm not James Harden. I don't need to shoot the ball to affect the game. All right, cool. Y'all won the game, so you can say that. Then the next game, you come out there and scrub it out.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Bro, gotta get it out, bro. Get it out.
On me, get it out, bro. Get it out.
This nigga said, I need the crowd to be here. Are you fucking stupid, nigga? You know how much money they pay you? You don't need the crowd to be there. Kawhi don't got the crowd. Other niggas don't got the crowd there, bro. So just hoop, nigga.
So you telling me you can't hoop? So you telling me you can't hoop in open gym? You don't get off in open gym?
What are you talking about, dude?
You ain't never been correct. Ain't no crowds.
Facts, like.
Hey, bro, like my bad, but I don't know, bro. Like when he talk, it just get worse, bro. Just I wasn't on. Just say that, I wasn't on today. You know what I'm saying?
On me, like, he makes it worse for himself because stuff like, all right, so what happened with Dame? You feel me? Like, Dame missed 2 free throws, but all of a sudden Paul George wants to start yapping at the mouth. And then this last game, he's like, I have to start making shots. Like, yeah, nigga, we know you do. You feel me? Like, the Clippers aren't paying you to go shoot. He's the first player in NBA history to have more than 10 attempts in a playoff game for 3 straight games and shoot less than 25%.
Bro, shoot like 21% in the field, bro.
Bro, that's not okay. You feel me? Like I'm not a Paul George hater, but this was my concern when he came here. Like, I read some articles earlier. They was talking about to Jermichael Green about Paul George. He was just saying he's in his head. Like, we're trying to convince him, or tell him, stay off socials, stop listening to the outside media. Like, it's all in his head because it is though. Like, he's not even taking bad shots. He's missing wide open looks right now. Like, you feel me? I've been seeing him get some wide open looks, wide open, crossover pull up, missing it, wide open 3 ball. You feel me? Missing it. Like, it really is in his head. And that just shows me, like, if you ever have to come and say, like, it's in your head, that means that you just don't have the mental fortitude to lead a championship team. I've never heard one of the greats say that. Like, I ain't never heard Bron say that. I ain't never heard KD say that. I ain't never heard Michael say that. I ain't never heard Kobe say, I'm in my own head. You ain't never heard
Kawhi say it. And, he don't talk, but
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like, the last person I heard say something like that was Kyle Lowry, when he said he had to go to the locker room and decompress when LeBron swept their ass, you feel me? Those are the type of statements that Paul George is making right now, and that's weak as hell to me, bro. Like, go out there. If you have a bad game, just say you have a bad game. But get in the lab, make some shots, bro, and win this series, and we'll all forget about it. But you can't have 2 consecutive years. You feel me? 6 points 2 years ago, he has 6 points in the closeout game against Joe.
You got a rookie dropping 45 on you.
Right. Then last year, you get gamed. I'm not going to say that was only his fault. Dame's a great player, but 5 games to a team that only has 1 All-Star. And then this year, you feel me? You shooting historically bad. Like, the playoff, that shit is a myth. You feel me? And it's looking like like you said, bro, he's a co-star at best. And even then, like, it's like, are you a co-star or are you just like a solid piece? You feel me? Yeah, what are you at this point, bro? We need answers, bro.
Let us know what you are. You're still, what he averaged this year? Like 24, probably 26 or something. Like,
bro, like 24, bro. He was cooking this year.
That nigga's a regular season demon. Like, I don't know. Kyle, what's your thoughts on everything, man?
Man, I'm not about to sit. I mean, look, put like this. I've been a Paul George fan. I'm not going to switch up right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of his game. He's super talented, super skilled. But if it's one thing I could say to him, I would say Lions do not concern themselves with the opinion of sheep. And I didn't like the fact how he came out on social media. You're supposed to be in the bubble. He came out on social media talking about, made a statement like, yeah,
I don't give a fuck what anybody think about it. Like, you sassy as hell, boy.
Like, dude, the fact that you came out on social media and saying that means that you do feel some type of way about it. Yeah. Because if you weren't on social media or didn't hear the outside chatter, then you would have never made that statement. It's not a coincidence that you made that statement. You know what I mean? So, man, if I would tell man, he needs to get in the lab. You know what I'm saying? If I was him, I'd be getting shots up till 4 a.m. every day. You know what I mean? Every night. Always
till game time.
Right, till game time, man. Yeah. So, the only person who can rewrite his story, his ship, is him. You know what I mean? So he needs to lock in. He has, you know what I'm saying? I would think Doc, then having to do like Kawhi next to him, like these are two, I'm saying, proven champions, level-headed guys. Like you got your whole mob around you, man. Like, confide in your teammates, dude. Like get the outside world right now. Lock in on what you got to do. Like, basketball is 50% mental, 50% physical. And the aspect is lacking, and you see what we see. So I would just tell him, man, I haven't completely given up on him. I think, like I said earlier, you can't tell him to stop shooting. You know what I mean? Ultimately, he is that co-star. He is that co-star. You did give him those bucks. He is known as a superstar in the league. So I would tell him he got to fix it, man. He got to go out there, lock in, and know why he came back to LA to get a ring. And unless he steps up, then it ain't happening. So I don't think it's too late, but he definitely gonna have to change some things around.
Like Doc said, man, you got to get up 20-plus shots. But, I would want him tonight to go out there. I want to see 20-plus shots, but I don't want to see him forcing it. I want to see him still in the flow of offense. But he like, gotta make those shots. You feel me?
He's been taking. Exactly. I would tell him to keep taking the same shots that he's been taking.
Just make them.
Take them. Like, it's not like just lock in. You know what it is. Basketball is muscle memory, repetition.
Well, see, this is my argument with James Harden, though. You feel me? Like, it's a very similar argument for him, Russ, Paul George. And I think it's kind of shown the past few years, like, the best players step up their game in the playoffs, you feel me? And as good as somebody like James Harden is as a scorer in the regular season, 36 points per game, he hasn't even, you feel me? I don't even know if he's touched 36 points per a game in this series just yet against OKC.
No. We discussing Harden today?
We're going to get to him later.
Yeah, we talking about, but, I'm just grouping them all together because you really, you can look at somebody like Luka. He's already stepped up his game in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell already stepped up his game in the playoffs. Bron, as you can see, and AD, them dudes stepping up their game in the playoffs. You feel me? Yeah, Jason Tatum. You feel me? Your Pascals, your Fred VanVleet. Like, they stepping up, bro. You feel me? So I look at the other guys, that we look at as superstars, MVP caliber. It's just like, why aren't you better in the playoffs? Like, for me, for James Harden, like, you should average 40 in the playoffs. You average 36 in the regular season. Go out there and average 40. For somebody like Paul George, you should be averaging 30, bro. There's nobody on that Dallas team that can guard you. Like, if I see Seth Curry as a 6'9" nigga burner, I'm posting his ass up and I'm getting a layup. You feel me? Or I'm getting a turnaround. You feel me? Like, I don't see that mentality though.
Yeah, and low key, that's what I was going like, bro. You bigger than half these guys on the court. Like, nigga, take it to them. Like, even if your shot ain't on, just bully the. Like, what Kawhi do? If Kawhi don't feel like shooting no jump shot, he about to take you to the cup. Then he just gonna spin off. You hit something, you feel me, so smooth and knock it down, bro. Just get the easy shots, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then just get that to get you going. And it's just different. It's just crazy because last year, Paul George probably had the best season of his career. You know what I'm saying? He was averaging 28 and 10 rebounds and like 4 assists.
Top 3 MVP.
Yeah, so it's like, dude, like, you can't tell me, like, granted, I know it's a new team, but shit, you were still only 2 years in on that situation. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me that it's just that much different. And you with a great player, a great team, great coaches, you know what I'm saying? Great front office, great owner. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing negative about where you at, bro. You just got to bring it every game.
It's all in here, man. It's all in. It's literally all in his head because the situations around him are. I'm not gonna say they're perfect, but they're pretty close to it. Like Russ was okay with Paul George being a scorer. You feel me? For multiple years, he just couldn't get it done. You feel me? The Clippers are looking for him to be a 25 point per game scorer. He just can't get it done. They got the great front office, good coaches, good talent around him, good defense. You feel me? It literally has to be in his head, and that's the concerning part for me.
Yeah, facto, man. And like I said, man, can he do it? Yeah, it's just a matter of will he do it. Just to keep moving on, man. We just gonna group all this together. Can Denver turn the series around? And is Mike Malone on the hot seat if the Nuggets lose, man? Kot, what's your thoughts on what's going on with Denver, the Denver-Utah series and Mike Malone? Do you think he's on the hot seat?
Well, with that, as far as the Denver-Utah series goes, I will say that if you look at those matchups, Utah was not a good match. It's not a good matchup for Denver, and I feel that because Jokic had been performing so well that he still was probably the best player on the court. And that was my reason why I picked them to win the series initially. But then I took a step back and started watching the series, and yes, although he's going to get his numbers, he has to work that much harder because Rudy Gobert is guarding him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's like the kryptonite to a guy like Jokic. You know what I mean? He's so good. He's like I said, he's going to get his numbers, but the fact that he has to work that much harder and then defend on the other end too, it's taking a toll on him, man. And man, D Mitch, man. Hey, we got shout out D Mitch, man. We really got to start at recognizing playoff D Mitch. He's different.
Yeah. That's young Flash right there, baby.
So he came out and like I said initially, I thought Jokic is the best player on the court. He came out and said, "Nah, I'm the best player on the court." You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I feel like that's the biggest difference. It's been nailed by this close games, but ultimately, you know what I'm saying? We see who came out with those dubs, and I have to change my pick, man. I think Utah they might close them out tonight in 5. The way it's looking, how hard. So I saw after D Mitch cashed that 3 and said, "I want this shit. I want that." Hey, that's when I knew. Yeah, he's different. He's cut from that cloth. You know what I mean? So, as far as Mike Malone, man, I think I like his coaching style. I like the way he has Jokic playing. I like a lot. I don't think that he'll be done just yet. I think they'll give him another year at least. Or I would personally, just because they are missing a couple key pieces, Will Barton, and with these circumstances, it's different right now. You know what I'm saying? The bubble, it's a lot of things you got to weigh into that. And I feel like Mike Malone, he set a good culture out there, so I wouldn't give up on them just yet. They have a lot of young pieces, you know what I mean? And if you can keep those core guys together with Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. is up and coming, I feel like that they shouldn't, abandon ship just yet. He's definitely going to have to start producing something soon, you know what I mean? But I don't think he's gone just yet.
Yeah, just to add on to it, man, like I said, I don't think Mike Malone will be gone. Is he on the hot seat? Yeah, the seat gets a little hotter. You know what I'm saying? It definitely gets a little hotter. But like you coming off 2019 Coach of the Year, you know, so he's been able to do some good things out in Denver, especially with some young guys. And you know, Paul Millsap, you know, he's pretty much probably the oldest guy that they have there. I don't know if Wilson. I don't think Wilson Chandler is still there, is he?
He not on. He on the Nets.
Yeah. So yeah, like he's been able to do it with just really one vet and some young guys, man. So I salute him for that. But yeah, like with this series, man, they got to turn it around, or tonight it can be over with, man. Because Utah and them boys ain't playing with him. You know, I'm not a fan of Rudy Gobert. I actually hate Rudy Gobert. If you're listening, Rudy Gobert, F you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't rock with Gobert because he's part of the reason why we in the bubble now. But yeah, man, it's just, man, I don't know, bro. They just got to turn it around, and you got guys like Mitchell playing inspired because this isn't his first go round, and these guys got to recognize these young guys coming up playing in the West. These guys, they're heartless, bro. They're fearless. So we're looking at Luka now. Look at Luka next year. You know what I'm saying?
So 5 years, bro.
Yeah,
Luka and D Mitch.
Yeah, like
Luka and
bro,
D Mitch in 5 years, bro.
These guys are gonna turn into savages, bro, and there's nothing nobody could do, no matter on the East or West, because they've been playing against this hard ball so long. And you gotta salute D Mitch because he's coming into a situation out in Utah to where, okay, it's Utah. Okay, we really not making really no real noise like that. And he made noise, you know what I'm saying? He got him to the playoffs. I don't think he missed the playoffs yet. I don't want to misspeak. I don't think he missed one. So
3 straight years.
Yeah, so you got to salute him, bro, you know. And I don't know, just like I said with Doc Rivers, man, Mike Malone got to make some adjustments, man. The pick and roll can't be killing you like that. I seen guys shut Gobert down. I seen guys not let Mitchell get 57 or 40, bro. You could contain him to like 24, 20 something, bro. Like it has to be some type of a wall set up or something because it's literally the same spot. You got Jokic falling all the way back to the paint, and you got
right there. That's the real fact.
Right for a floater, or if they crash in on Mitchell, you got Gobert, long, big ass. He could just lay it up with them. Yeah, like it's easy. So they got to do something about that, man. And man, salute to Michael Porter Jr., but also RIP you, because nigga that when Mitchell dropped that 57, nigga, Mike Malone knew instantly, getting him out. He can't guard that. Get him out the game, bro. It's getting ugly. But yeah, man, like I just said, man, it just got to be some adjustments that Mike Malone got to make. And just stop that pick and roll, bro. Like those guys, I'm not gonna say they aren't that, but you could contain those guys to the numbers that they average, and instead of letting guys get 30, 57, 50. Like, come on, bro. This is the playoffs, bro. Lock down, you know. But man,
I think
get your thoughts, Nate.
I agree with both of y'all, but I think, Micah, you said a really good point. Like, Mike Malone is working with really young guys, you feel me? And Cop brought it up too. Like, Denver's missing Will Barton and Gary Harris, which I think are their two best perimeter defenders by far. You feel me? Jamal Murray's never been a plus defender. I look at Gary Harris and Will Barton as those dudes that would be the guys that would make it a lot more difficult for Donovan Mitchell to just be coming off these screens, you know. But I just think, you know, relying on youth in the NBA is scary. Like, I think we forget how young Jokic is too. You feel me? But, you know, it's a really bad matchup for them because of this pick and roll situation. Like, Jokic isn't really a good defender because he's really not light on his feet, not athletic. Rudy Gobert is the exact opposite. Rudy Gobert is really athletic. He plays above the rim, you know what I'm saying? And he's a very good screener and roller. Jokic, if you really watch the game, Jokic doesn't really do much rolling and popping because he's usually the guy they're setting the screen for. You feel me? Like, he handles the ball a lot. So it's kind of exactly. So it's cool to watch two contrasting styles, but I just don't think without Harris and Barton that, you know, Denver has reliable enough athletes to deal with somebody as athletic and fast as D. Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. And, you know, somebody like Michael Conley's very quick too. You got somebody like Royce O'Neal, You feel me? Very good athlete. You got
Conley
Jordan Clarkson.
came back and damn near dropped 30.
Facts. Like, once again, though, it's the small guards that are killing because they don't have anybody at that guard position that's quick enough to deal with them. So I don't think Mike Malone's on the hot seat just yet. Like you said, it's probably getting a little warmer. You got to he got young talent to develop. You got Bol, who I think next season will be a lot bigger of a contributor. You got Michael Porter Jr., who should be a bigger contributor. I think Jamal Murray, he should get way better in the next year or two because he's already gotten better. You feel me? He shoots the ball. It looks so beautiful when bro shoot the ball. You feel me? Like, he needs to take more shots. He should probably be like a 25-point per game scorer by the time it's all said and done. But with that being said, I have to admit that my pick was wrong. You feel me? I don't think Denver is going to push this series. I'd be very surprised if they win this game tonight. But I do not see them winning the series at all. Coming back down from 3-1, I don't see them with any players that have that type of we're going to win 3 games in a row type package in that game. You feel me? So I think that Utah's going to go out there and win it tonight. I see Donovan Mitchell trying to end it tonight.
Yeah, I expect a big one from him tonight too as well. But you brought up somebody that was good, and I'm going to say this before we get on to the next topic. But man, Clarkson, bro. You gotta contain the guys that aren't the guy, bro.
Like, you can't let Jordan Clarkson go for 30.
Bro,
That's unacceptable. 30,
bro. 24
he shouldn't get 20. Like, 15 is good. That's enough.
You should cap out at 15, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't let guys like that just go because once they're on, and they believe. You feel me? And once you give a nigga like that the power to believe in themselves, it's over with. Every shot looks good, and they gonna make every shot, nigga. Like, so that was my one thing I just wanted to comment on. But just to keep going, man, this one gonna hurt. But we gonna talk about the lottery and the surprise pick. First, we gonna just get into what the Knicks need to do to I don't even know if it's rebuild the organization, but I don't know, just to do something to the organization. We're going to talk about that. Man, Kot, let me get your thoughts on the draft, the lottery draft selection, and were there any good surprise picks that stood out to you, and were there just some bad picks that just stood out?
Well, I want to start off by saying the rich get richer with Golden State getting that number 2 pick, man. It's like it's literally golden out there. You know what I mean?
Literally, bro.
Yeah. Like, they got something in their water, man. But all around, I think that it was a very interesting selection. You know what I mean? I was surprised that New York got that number 8 pick. Mm-hmm. It's tough. It's definitely tough. I feel for all Knicks fans. It's hard, but I will say that with good guys at the top, good leadership. And I know the Knicks didn't they all just hire a new president?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. They did make a couple. They're trying to make some changes within the organization, but
all that. Yeah.
With good scouting, I feel like you could still grab a solid pick at that number 8 spot. It's not horrible. You know what I mean? Wizards, we got Hachimura at number 9 last year, and he's on I think he's going to be first team all rookie. You know what I mean? So I think this draft it's a couple. I wouldn't say it's one. Well, the one solidified guy for me is Anthony Edwards, but
for sure,
as the top 3, I feel like it's up in the air with how guys are going to pan out. So I feel like the Knicks can still grab some talent at that number 8 spot. But all in all, I think if you're talking about start with the Timberwolves, I think that they got to take that Anthony Edwards pick.
For sure.
That could be a franchise changer. With him, D'Lo, and Cat, man, that could be a big three to be reckoned with. You know, man.
For sure.
But all in all, I feel like it was an interesting draft lottery. But, hey, man.
That's the odds. It's the lottery.
Right, it's how the chips fall.
See, I look at this one as it's an interesting draft in general, besides the draft lottery, because we didn't get to see the top 3 prospects play a lot this year. You feel me? Anthony Edwards went to Georgia. We're really not a big time program. Not a lot of people had eyes on him. Obviously, if you're a hoop head, you know how he plays or how good he is. But, James Wiseman didn't play much. He only played a few games. LaMelo didn't even play in college. And usually around like March, April, you kind of get to see who rounds out the top 10 because you got the tournament. This year, it's the lack of tournament, so it's really going to be on the scouts to get it done. You feel me? Like, if you're the Knicks, you could find a gem. You feel me? Like, Donovan Mitchell was the 13th pick a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? You can find a gem. You can find somebody who's good, but I'll just read off the lottery right now. So you got Minnesota #1, Golden State, Charlotte, Chicago, Cleveland, Atlanta, Detroit, New York, Washington, and Phoenix. So if I was New York, I'd maybe try to put a package together, try to go maybe move up in the draft, maybe get that #5 pick. You never know. It could be somebody like Obi Toppin still there. You could maybe get somebody like Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa, who's a pretty good point guard or something like that. But like Kot said, if I'm Minnesota, it's a no-brainer. You got to get a really good athlete in there with Cat and D'Lo because neither of them are like freak athletes. Cat's really good, really skilled, but Anthony Edwards is a freak, man.
Yeah.
Like a freak of nature. He's like 6'4", but he built like a bull. You feel me? And he can score. He got a dribble package. Like he gives a real deal. But I think Golden State's pick is very interesting because you can obviously trade it. Like Bob Myers, he's a good GM. You got to explore trading it, see what you can get. But if I'm him, I'm just drafting. I'm drafting James Wiseman. You get a big for the future. You get him on a rookie scale deal because Draymond's making $100 million. Clay just got re-upped. Steph just got a max contract. So I don't see them trading for somebody else who's above like a minimum level salary player. So I go get a big because they've won with different bigs before. Like shit, they won with Bogut. They won with Zaza Pachulia. Like they've won with JaVale McGee. Like they're not a team that revolves around their big man. They just need them to play hard, set screens, rebound. You feel me? Anything else that they give them is a plus. You feel me? And Wiseman's a shot blocker. So you get that interior defense that you lose with KD. Basically another 7-footer, and you replace that. But, man, I feel bad for New York. I'm going to say that. But I can't because they've drafted really poorly also. RJ Barrett I'm not going to say he would be a superstar. He was a no-brainer pick. You had to take him at 3 last year. But, they gotta scout better, bro. And if they get a pick, they got to retain him. Like, they got Kristaps, but they couldn't retain him just because of the culture of their franchise. You feel me? Like, things got to change.
Now you about to let me get into that mode because you know what I'm saying? I don't know what we need to do because like you said, this playoffs has been very bittersweet. I'm watching the guys we drafted ball. Like, nigga, Porzingis, the game he balled. Hardaway Jr. balled. Like, the guy, like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Then you got, like, we let go of Porzingis with the #4 pick. We missed on LeBron, we missed on KD, we missed on Kyrie, we missed on everything. Zion, we could keep going. We got bad coaches. We got Phil Jackson robbing us blind. We had what's the young black coach that was there? Fizdale. He was there for half a season. We don't know what Kevin Knox is. We still don't know what RJ Barrett is. Right. I don't know, bro. Like we just can't keep doing this. Then we get a subpar pick, but as like from the league, I understand it because I don't believe that the lottery is done in I guess good standing and morally right. I feel like the league comes together. All right, they need the #1 pick. They need this pick. They need that pick, and just do it like that because you're not gonna tell me they do the lottery behind closed doors and there's machines and stuff. No, that's cap. Let's not do that. But I feel them just for the same reasons when we get back to when I talked about Philadelphia earlier. We can't reward these teams for trying to bet on the draft and being scrubbed out every year. We can't reward them for that. So it's time, you know what I'm saying? It's time to change. And shit, it's changing at the hurt of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the one who's affected by this. You know what I'm saying? We unfortunately we're not going to probably win 20 games next year again. So that's just what's going on. So I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't expect too much of anything to happen because right now, as I look at the mock draft, they trying to get a foreigner from Israel.
The point guard, Denny. Yeah, they're high. They're high on that guy. They high on that guy. I mean, he, if anything, a dude like Luka has showed us playing professionally overseas can be of worth. But I think for y'all, man, the biggest issue is that y'all just don't develop players. A model for success should be somewhere like Miami, which is crazy because Pat Riley was with the Knicks first, and he had that culture of making guys that weren't as good but look better than what they were. And that's exactly what Miami does. Do I think Duncan Robinson is that good? No, but I do think that he's in the perfect position for him. This sets. They got dudes like Chris Silva, somebody like Kendrick Nunn, an undrafted rookie who's balling because he's for that, he worked hard and he gets rewarded for that opportunity. Like Tyler Hero, he's good, but do I think he's like super elite? No, I in the grand scheme of things, I don't. Like he's a good player, but I think they maximize their talent. And if you're the Knicks, you got to maximize RJ Barrett. You got to maximize Kevin Knox. You got to they let go of Alonzo Trier, who was undrafted and a baller for them. Like those are the type of mistakes that a good franchise doesn't make. You feel me? You got Mitchell Robinson who should develop into a Jared Allen. I like Jared Allen. I think Jared Allen's a solid shot blocker, good rebounder, good screener. Like if nothing else, Mitchell Robinson should be something like that. RJ Barrett can be a. Go ahead, Cott.
I was just going to chime in real quick. Mitchell Robinson reminds me of like a DeAndre Jordan. You know what I mean? Super athletic, 7 foot, can run the floor. You know what I'm saying? Dunker, rebounder, block shot. So definitely a young talent.
They got it there. They just got to develop, man. Like your players shouldn't leave your situation and get better instantly. You feel me? Like I don't think that should happen. Maybe after a few years, and if they're a young player, but like young players shouldn't get that much better when they leave. Like y'all even had Trey Burke, and Trey Burke for some odd reason is hooping because they got Rick Carlisle. You got good players around them, good organization that they feel cares. When you got an owner that the players feel don't care, I mean that's going to translate to everything you do.
Yeah, and just lastly, man, like you said, I think I don't know the Warriors are playing with house money, man. We don't know what they're gonna do with that number 2 pick. They may go grab somebody just in free agency and trade for him, or they may get Wiseman, man. I don't know, or I don't know, or Edwards. You never know.
They got the best. They got the best thing. They got the best position in basketball right now.
Yeah, facto, man. But just to keep rolling, we only got a couple more, man. Man, I need to get y'all thoughts on just the Heat sweeping the Pacers. We just talked about them Nate, you talked about them a little bit. I started off. I keep it quick. I didn't really expect the Pacers to do too much. The most I had it going was I think I said 5 or 6 maybe. I don't know. I may be capping. I may have it 6.
I think you said 5 or 6. I think I said 6, but I'm pretty sure you said either 5 or 6.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Once I seen it just all play out, like I'm like, all right, it makes sense. Like Jimmy, he just playing with that chip on his edge. He know what he could do to TJ Warren. Then you got, like you said, you got other guys. Their team is just built the right way. It almost reminds me of like Toronto, you know what I'm saying, in a sort of a way. Because of course you got Jimmy Butler, and he's just not an average player. He's an all-star, as well as Kyle Lowry. But you got other guys, on the bio that fit in that role, you know what I'm saying? So you got Duncan Robinson, who has probably the green. His light, well, it ain't as green as Curry, but it's damn near right there with Curry and Clay. This nigga shoot everything. Like nigga, everything. Then you got Hero coming off the bench. Even with Andre Iguodala, he had a couple like solid dunks in the game, I seen, and it was like, man, that's just a good vet to have there for them with playoff experience. Yeah, like with playoff experience, and he went deep in the playoffs and he won it. So you got guys like that that's in their back pocket that they could use at any time. So I don't know. I think the Heat are in a good position. They will have the Bucks next, I believe. And
they'll play the Bucks next. That's a 6 or 7 game series. I'm thinking 7 right now.
Hey, I want to make a hot take.
Yeah, make a hot take. You got it?
Miami Heat will beat the Milwaukee Bucks.
Hey man, I ain't mad at you because I don't believe in them guys, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nobody believe in the Bucks yet.
Hot take. But Miami got. I'm gonna say we gonna take it down.
I'm gonna say this, man. I wasn't that impressed by what they did against the Pacers. Like the Pacers, I've always looked at the Pacers as a middle of the pack team. I thought they would get maybe 1 or 2 wins, but then like in retrospect, I look back at the matchup. They missing their best player. Like, I had this discussion with my friend the other day. Like, Victor's a good player right now, but he's not Victor of 2018. You feel me? Domantas Sabonis is by far like their best player, their leader. He averaged 5 assists this year as a big man with 12 rebounds and 18 points. That's a big chunk that you're going to miss. You feel me? So, like, what Miami did show me, though, they're very versatile. They play hard, because when you sweep somebody, that means you handle business. So, like, I can't say they didn't impress me because they went out there and they handled business. They didn't fuck around. Like the Bucks, they should have swept Orlando, but it happens, you feel me? It does. Like last year, Toronto lost, but, they wasn't fucking around the next series, you feel me?
Yeah.
But the reason I say I'm not necessarily big on Miami is just because I think they can beat the Bucks, though. I'll say that. I'm not predicting them to beat the Bucks, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do because they match up well. They have long, versatile defenders, like we mentioned. Iggy, Jay Crowder, Bam Adebayo is a good defender for Giannis, you feel me? You got Goran Dragic. You got Kendrick Nunn. You got some guys there. But I don't see them – like, I wouldn't want to see Miami get to the finals because I think if the Lakers or Clippers get to the finals, they're going to sweep them. Or it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. You feel me? Like, I don't see no superstar talent from them. I also think they rely on a lot of young guys. Like, Tyler's good. Duncan's good. Bam, they're good players. But, they're still very, very young. This really like they first go around. And I don't personally believe in Jimmy Butler. I'll say that right now. You feel me? I think Jimmy is a all-star. But he's a dog. He got that dog mentality. But I don't look at him as somebody that's going to take that team to the championship.
I feel it. Kot, you got anything else on this one?
Yeah, as far as the Indiana Miami series went, I was a little shocked that they swept the Pacers. The Pacers without Sabonis right now, I think that they have enough talent over there where I thought they would at least get 1 or 2 wins. You know what I mean? Like Vic 100, but he's healthy. I feel like the biggest reason why they didn't get one is TJ Warren. Hey, TJ, where you go, bro? Like playoffs, and then you just went back to old TJ Warren that nobody heard about. So I feel like that was a key factor right there. They really could have used his scoring load. But like I said, I really like this Miami team, man. I feel like they have the perfect counter to your point, Nate. I actually feel like they have the perfect mix between veterans and youth. You know what I mean? And then combine that with their system, I feel like they're rolling right now, man. I feel like we have to give them props too for sweeping a team like Indiana because
for sure
that's not no easy feat. You know what I mean? Indiana, they're tough. You know what I'm saying? Prideful team themselves. So I feel like that just speaks as a testament to how well Miami's playing right now.
Well, that's why I said I was impressed that they swept because they handled biz like I mentioned. You feel me? Like sweeping, even the Lakers didn't sweep. You feel me? They pretty much it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. Dame's not playing next game already. So the Lakers they didn't go out there and handle biz. So my hat is off to Miami. I just think it is a superstar driven league. Like Toronto last year, like. Kawhi is a legit superstar, you feel me? And you got somebody like Pascal kind of ascending to that point. You got really good guards in Fred and Kyle. But I also don't think that the Raptors will win the title this year because I look at the NBA as like the superstar. It really does come down to superstars, you feel me? Like I think the last team that didn't have a superstar. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The last team that didn't have a superstar are the Pistons, though. The Spurs got a superstar. You feel me? Because Timmy and those superstars, they was on the decline. I'd agree with that. But, those dudes were still superstars. And, like, Tim was, like, 40, averaging, like, 16 and 12. You feel me? Like, that's good production. You feel me? You're right, though. Like, the last team that did it was the Pistons. But I think now, like, if they run into – I'm going to just keep saying the Lakers and the Clippers because I've seen what they did against them in the regular season. Those are terrible matchups. Those are really bad matchups for them. Yeah. But they could get there.
I think they could. It's just the strength in the West and the East, bro. Like in the East, like how these teams are losing games in the West is different from when teams like the Bucks lose, like drop one, the first one to Magic, because it's like all right in the West, it lets you know that all right, everybody 1 through 8 is everything that you think they is not a night off, bro. Because if you come out here thinking it's a night off, you're gonna be down 3-1. You know what I'm saying? Where in the East, it could go. You know what I'm saying? It could go. You could come lose the first 2 games and run off the next 4 just because y'all was just off the first 2 games. But like y'all said, it'll be interesting to see what happened. I think the Heat will definitely get a Bucks some problems. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll for sure go 7, probably 6 or 7. I wouldn't say 5. I don't think they're a gentleman sweep them, but probably 6 or 7, man. But just to get into this other one, man, real quickly, the Lakers finally catching their stride, bro. I want to get y'all's thoughts about the Lakers finally just catching on. And do you think they'll be able to keep this going during the season? I started off, I don't know. I just think it was time. Like, Caldwell Pope, you got to step up. Danny Green, it was like, come on, bro. Like, what y'all going? Like, y'all got to do something. Then with AD as well, it's like, man, it shouldn't take LeBron to turn you on, bro. You should be on already, bro. This is the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? These aren't no slouches. You seen what happened game 1. These aren't slouches, bro. So you just got to turn it on when it's time to turn it. Not even when it's time to turn it on. Just have it on automatically, bro. Just don't turn it off. You feel me? So
never.
It'll be interesting to see what happens this next series because they're gonna run into a team. Maybe it is the Rockets. If it's the Rockets, then it's kind of like almost without all the big man, but you still got powerful guards, So it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. And I don't know, man. I feel like they could keep it going. I feel like LeBron is, tapped into that playoff mode. And even with him, that one game that they blew him out, and he had 10, 7, and 6. The one thing I can say, and I tweeted it out, stop stat padding. Get out the game, bro. It's 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and y'all up by 30, bro. You just finish the game 10, 7, and 6, bro. You don't need to go out here and get 30 in 4 minutes, bro. Just finish it, bro. Damn, bro. But yeah, but that was the only thing I can say. But other than that, I think they in a good position to make a run at it, So they just got to keep moving forward and take it game by game, man, and don't underestimate their opponents, man. So Nate, what's your thoughts on that?
Shit, I'm glad you actually brought up the game that LeBron had 10 points and they blew them out because I watched last night's game and it was the adverse. LeBron was dominant. So like seeing those 2 things for the Lakers, I think they've seen themselves be dominant. And I think sometimes that's all it takes for a good team. Like they need to show themselves like we can go out there and dominate. You feel me? And like, I didn't want to see the Blazers get done like this. But at the end of the day, like I knew the Lakers were going to win this series. I think everybody did. I think everybody was just wishful thinking after game 1. And the Lakers, once they saw themselves become dominant, everybody's confidence is rolling. Like yesterday, I was watching AD put moves on Whiteside and Nurkic. I was like, damn, you feel me? Yeah. Like that's what you need to do against every big, you feel me? And those are the type of film moments that a coach is just like, all right, AD, that's what we need you to do all the time. Run the floor, get back. You know what I'm saying? And they was firing on all cylinders yesterday. I don't expect that to happen every time, but I think whoever they run into next round will be an easier matchup than the Clippers have. Because I think the Clippers, if they run into Utah, that's a pretty tough matchup. But
I ain't even gonna lie. They may sweep Utah, bro.
I can see it.
Because the niggas why not about to be playing with niggas, bro? Because I feel like he know when it's getting close to that conference finals. All right, I need this rest. You feel me? So let me go ahead and get these boys out of here. You feel me?
I see the Lakers either sweeping next round or gentlemen sweeping because I've seen them play OKC this year, one without LeBron and both without AD, and they beat them both times. You feel me? I don't see them having the size or the versatility to keep up with them. And the same for the Rockets. Like teams that rely on the 3. Like, it's cool, but people just act like the Warriors, you feel me? When they was winning the chips, people just like to bring up, the Warriors were a 3-point shooting team. Like, they didn't rely on the 3-pointer. They were just good at the 3-pointer. They didn't rely on it, you feel me? They just happened to have snipers. I don't think the Rockets have a sniper at all.
And the thing is with the Warriors, they were running a totally different offense from what the Rockets are running. The Rockets, they're trying to play the small ball and just everyone shoot 3 thing, and that's not working because the Warriors, they actually move around. If you act like everybody noticed, look at Curry during the game, look at Clay during the game, look at these guys during the game. They move around. It's free flowing. You feel me? So whoever opening, maybe they do got an open look at a three. Well, you shoot it, but if you don't, shit, they got other like they pick and roll. Like they just don't depend on. All right, fuck it, let's. They give the three ain't falling, then we asked out. Like hell no, nah. You feel me? So, but
like,
no,
if I'm the Lakers next round, man, I'm starting off every single game with a post up to AD. You feel me? Because there's nobody on that team that can guard him. I'm spreading the floor. I may not even start JaVale just for the sake of matchups. You feel me? I'll probably go ahead and start somebody like Markieff or Kuz. Probably keep Kuz off the bench, get some scoring punch. But if I'm the Lakers, bro, I'm literally going in. I'm gonna try to take their will out of them just by old school basketball. I think it still works when done effective. When you have the pieces like PJ Tucker on Anthony Davis. Come on, man. AD should have a field day. If he's just not, if he's out there trying to dominate, he should have a field day every single game.
It'll have to be Covenant on AD because if they start Morris, then it'll have to be Morris on PJ, and PJ have to stick Morris. But no, Kyle, let me get your thoughts on this, man.
Personally, I feel like that game one loss to Portland for the Lakers was just a wake up call. You know, I mean, you had to get punched in the mouth to realize that even though we are probably top two most talented teams in the league, that don't mean nobody's backing down from us. You know what I mean? I feel like that was a wake up call for them. And to be honest, man, they playing like I expect them to play. The thing with me, where I've never been a huge LeBron fan, even though I give him his props as an all-time great, he's never been that killer for me. You know what I mean? Like he has definitely bought it out, but it's taken him to get, you know what I'm saying, punched in the mouth, lose, to, you know what I'm saying, to get criticized. In order for him to be that I'm 6'9", 270 with a 50-inch vert, I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna dunk, I'm gonna score every single time, I'm gonna dominate, I'm gonna be that physical specimen that I am. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's part of it. AD, same thing with him, man. Same exact thing. He came out and just dominated. Like y'all can't stick me. Y'all straight up can't check me. And I feel like when your two best players do that, it makes the role players play even harder because they want to play up to that level. You know what I mean? It's like it just energizes the entire team, and I feel like that's what we're witnessing right now with this. They hitting they for sure hit their stride. Now it's just, can they keep it up? They just got to keep maintaining that same, you know what I'm saying, focus and mentality throughout. And if they can do that, then they'll go far. But that's still, you know what I'm saying.
I want to hit on one point you said real quick.
Yeah.
Before we move on, you said a good point. Like when your two best players or your best player goes out there and plays like, you feel me, nobody can check me, it breathes life into the rest of the team. And that's why Dallas is playing so good, I think. Because they got their best player who knows he's the shit, you feel me, and plays like he's the shit, you feel me. Like he never goes out there and you don't think that Luka, I don't think I've ever seen a game where Luka looks like he's like, all right, this nigga better than me. Like, nah. You feel me? Every single game, he thinks he's the best player, and that brings confidence to your team. It makes dudes want to hit shots because, like, all right, I see he on this level. You feel me? I need to step my shit up, and I think that's what Bron and AD just did for KCP and Danny Green.
Any young boy in it too, like that's a young boy. You feel me? That nigga's 21. But just to keep it moving on, man, we got two more topics real quick, man. Let's get into this current top five, man, and I know this may be very controversial, but I don't give a damn. I'm going to start it off, man. LeBron. Damn, I got to redo it. Yeah, LeBron. I'm going to go LeBron 1. I'm going to go Kawhi 2. I'm going AD 3, Luka 4, and Dame 5, bro. And Harden is not in my top 5. I got Luka and Dame over him. I got Kawhi over him. I got AD over him. And I don't think it's like, I mean, I feel like, I guess it's our preference, but you can't, I feel like it'll be hard for guys to name me 5 players better than Luka. You know, it may be different when you add KD into the effect, but, you know, I don't know, bro. Like, he's having a lights out year, averaging 30, 10, and 10, bro. I had him at the right before the pandemic. I said I think Nate, you were wrong too. I'm like, man, he may be my vote for the MVP. Like what LeBron's doing, all that, that's cool, but we just don't see guys come through get 30, 10, and 10. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing it nightly. Like there's no night off. This is who he is, and he could get this 30, 10, and 10 rolling out the bed any night. And I feel like he could get it on any team, bro. Like he's doing it against the best defensive team in the league right now, and he's like, it's no holding back. Especially one of the best. I say 1 through 4 defensive teams. You know what I'm saying? Like they have great size, and great guys who could defend. For what it's worth, Paul George, he still is a good two-way player. You know, Kawhi, we don't even need to speak on that. You know, so we know what he is. So, and he's doing it on them. So I feel like it's gonna be hard to pretty much name some guys who are 5 guys that are better than him. Kyle, let me get your top 5, your current top 5.
All right, in order, I'm going at 1. I'm going Greek Freak.
Yeah.
Freak at 1. I'm gonna go Bron James at 2.
Oh, whoa! You said 1 Greek Freak?
Greek Freak at 1 for me, man.
I don't even got him in my top 5. I don't believe in him. Keep going.
Greek Freak at 1. I'm going Bron at 2. Kawhi Leonard at 3. Dame Lillard and Luka Doncic. That's my top right now, currently. The reason I'm gonna go Greek Freak at 1 is just because of, although I wouldn't say that the Bucks' current struggles are on him. Like he's putting up his numbers. He's dominant. I feel like he's honestly the most unstoppable player in the game right now. It's really nothing to do to guard him downhill. Not me personally. Like you all up, he goes over top of you. Like that. It's just this. He's finding his teammates. Right. I feel like right now with that Bucks team, it's just on his supporting cast. I got Miami beating them, and I'm not coming out of the East. But yeah, man, that's my current top 5. I feel like you said, you got to throw Luka in there, even though he's 20 years old. I feel like with him right now, it's just like he's top 5. Somebody got to get out. That's what
that's just what it is, bro. Somebody got to walk, and my bad. I'm gonna add Giannis above Luka, so I'm kind of tweaked out with my list. I'm gonna add him above Luka for the time being. But hey,
like everybody else, like with Dame Lillard, Dame, I feel like this with everything, if you factor in everything between his situation, him being the heart and soul of that franchise, a true leader, you know, and him just giving it his all, man. I feel like you got to throw him in that top 5. And then the way he's balling, man, you know what I mean, putting up 50 balls, like he's different. So that's my current top 5 right now.
Facto. Nate, let me get your top 5 before we go on to this last topic, man.
I'm gonna do top 5 in the playoffs right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I mean, it could be out of order. You could switch the top 5 up a little bit, but I'll probably go Bron number 1. You feel me?
Okay.
I'll probably go Giannis number 2. That can be switched. You feel me? I wouldn't really have a debate about that. You feel me? I'd probably go Luka number 3 right now. Right now, based off what I've seen from him and everybody else in the playoffs, I'll probably go Luka number 3. I mean, I kind of, all right, fuck it. I'll put AD in there. You feel me? He give you 26, 10, and one of the best players, defenders in the league. You feel me? Like defensive player of the year, but also could have been in that MVP conversation. You know, one of the best players, one of the best defenses in the league. I'd probably put AD there at number 4. In my last slot, I know I just talked a lot of shit about him, but I'm going to have to say Jay Harden, man. Like, I love everything that Dame
over Kawhi?
Oh, shit. Tripping. My bad.
Oh, my God.
All right, my bad. All right, I got to go back. Bron, Giannis, Kawhi, Luka, and then maybe it's either AD or Jay Harden was sneaking that top 5 for me. I completely forgot Kawhi. My fault. I don't have no list in front of me.
Wow.
But Kawhi is definitely in there.
Yeah.
And the reason I give the nod to Jay Harden is because, you know, all that being said, you know, he struggles sometimes. I don't like the way he plays. I don't think anybody does, but nobody can stop it. You feel me? Like, Dame has had an incredible run in the bubble. He's had an incredible run the past, like, probably 20 games of the season, maybe 30 games of the season. But, I mean, Harden has been averaging 36 on the entire year. Like, that means you can consistently go out there and score 36 on niggas' heads every single day, along with 8 assists, along with 7 rebounds. You feel me? And they started playing really well and that's with another MVP on his team. You feel me? So he carries a lot, like a big load, but he also, he's really not too much nonsense either. You don't really see him up on social media or anything like that. I don't even think bro has socials. So, I respect him. He may not be my favorite player to watch. However, he's, if you can go out there and if people have to change the rules of the game for you, then I think that makes a huge difference. Like, they literally changed the whole foul thing. Not a James Harden, but try to stop everybody else from doing it, So I think that I'd have to get him at 5'9". I love Dame, love what he brings to the table. However, I'm not even sure if he's just the best at his position. This year he would be by far. But, in general, I'm not even sure if he's the best at his position when Steph is healthy.
Whew. I feel it. I feel it. I ain't. You ain't wrong. I feel it. I ain't mad at you. But just to get into this last one, man, before we get out of here and catch these good games, man. OKC versus Houston, man. I need to get y'all thoughts on the series, man. What's been going on? Adjustments. Do y'all think what's what I'm saying? Are you gonna change y'all pick or what y'all got? But me, I think I'ma still ride with Houston, but it's gonna go 7, bro. OKC gonna fight with them boys for real. And I like what OKC doing. A game they could have came out and easily lost. They stood up and won it, and I salute them for that. But I just feel like Houston just got the talent, bro. And really, I don't really want to see any of them play LeBron or the Lakers, but I would go with Houston, man, just because they just have the talent. And of course, OKC, like I said, they a dog. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that'll go 7. I don't know. I expect guys like Harden to step it up a little bit more. Whenever Russ will get back, hopefully he'll be back in the second round. Because if not, then the Lakers would definitely sweep Houston.
Yeah, get them brooms out.
Yeah, so I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happened, man. But I got Houston at 7, bro. It's gonna be a tough one. And even with this pick, I'm not gonna say it's 100%. Cause shit, OKC may get them at 7, nigga. You never know. But I just like how OKC is playing. But I just think Houston just has the talent to overcome them. So, man, let me get y'all thoughts on this. I'll go with Cot so you can finish us off, Nate.
Man, it's definitely been a very intriguing series. Everything that I expected personally, gritty. I feel like both teams has strengths. It's pros and cons, both sides, both teams. You know what I'm saying? Houston has the quickness and I would say overall skill. But OKC, they have that leadership in Chris Paul and they have size. So I will say that I'm going to stick with what I said a couple shows ago, that if Russell Westbrook does not come back in this series, OKC will win this series in Game 7. And the reason being is because of what we witnessed last game. James critical possession, and this is I really wanted to touch on this because Harden, he didn't prove to me that growth that I was looking for from him this season. You know what I mean? He at the end of games, it's like he forgets what he really does. Like, I don't know what it is. Just like yesterday, for instance, I feel like he was forcing the drive at the end of the game. Like, did you forget? Don't do your step back anymore? Like, why not take the 3? Like, you've been taking it all game. I don't see the issue. Like, I mean, and then when he gets to the cup, he's not dunking. He's not laying the ball up. He's trying to do that little floater, which he whiffs in the period of time. And then like decision making, his decision making at the end of the game when he threw the pass to Eric Gordon and he got picked
stolen by Danilo.
Yeah, that was a critical possession. You know what I mean? Like, why are you giving the ball up Harden at that point in time in the game? If I'm the Rockets, if I'm D'Antoni, I'm pretty sure D'Antoni feels the same way. I want the ball in your hands with 2 minutes or under every possession. So
for sure,
the fact that he even made that pass was speaks a little bit to his mentality at the end of games. To me, personally, which is why he's no longer in my top 5. That's why I put Dame over him. Just because of that critical crunch time possessions. It really doesn't. It really comes down to what you do. Forget quarters 1 through 3. What you doing in that fourth? You know what I mean? When it really gets down to it, nitty and gritty, and uh, so that's why I mean it's like I said, it's been everything I expected from the heated battle, but I think OKC is going to be able to pull this one out if Russell doesn't come back, just because of the leadership of Chris Paul, and he has it's actually a stat that he has the most clutch points in the league this year. You know
Damn.
what I mean? So he gets it done in
Take that, LeBron fans.
yeah, he gets it done in crunch time. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. So that's what I'm taking. I'm gonna go OKC if Russ doesn't come back.
Man, and just to add on, man, shout out to I forgot the rookie name, number 4, the one with the dreads, checking hard, man. He been doing it. Yeah, he been doing a good job. And like just to comment on what you said about Harden not really showing you that he made it to the next level and taking it to the next level. I just think, man, with Harden, bro, like you had the time off. Everybody had the time off. And this was the time you needed, especially when every off season you complaining about, all right, he just gassing out at the end of the off seasons. This is the time you have 4 months off. You should be in 45 mode a night, 45 point mode a night. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be no reason why you shouldn't be knocking shots down and performing at that level. So yeah, man, I don't know. He just needs to step it up, man. Nate, give me your thoughts before we head up out of here, man.
All right, I'm gonna give it to y'all quick. I know I had OKC in 6. I'm gonna change my pick to OKC in 7. Okay. I think the Rockets will get another game. I think this is whether Russell comes back or not. I think the Rockets, personally, I like them a little better without Russell because Russell can't shoot the ball. You feel me? Like he kind of messes up their entire system. He can't shoot the three. You feel me? He's actually no, I'm not gonna say terrible 3-point shooter.
Drive to the cup though. You know what I'm saying?
He can, but like you feel me, I'm living with the Rockets taking 2s. You feel me? I'm fine with that. But I'm gonna say OKC. True. But if it goes 7, OKC has the best clutch player in this series, which Kai just mentioned is Chris Paul. So if it goes 7, I think it's definitely over. I think OKC got some hungry dudes because they've been counted out. You feel me? Lou Dort didn't even get drafted. You feel me? Dudes literally gave them a 0.2% chance to win this, to even get in the playoffs this year. Yeah. I think they've had that chip on their shoulder the entire year. And I think the Rockets, even the people on their team, it kind of just seems to me like they look at this season as like, it's going to be more of the same. We win this series, we'll probably get bounced second round. You feel me? Like, I don't look at them as a team that has belief that they can go far. Like, they talk a big game, but they don't really play like that shit. You feel me? Because if they did, they would have swept it. They would have been sweeping these dudes by now. You feel me? Like, they wouldn't have let them come back down 15 down. Like, that's the hunger that I'm talking about from OKC. It's like they're really never out the game. Like, they got blown out. You know, they did get blown out. But I just look at them as the team that's more hungry, so I got them at 7. I do see the Rockets getting another win, though.
Facto, man. It'll definitely be good though, man. I just been enjoying everything, man. Whether it's been the sweeps, the close games, the 2-2, the 3-1s. I've been enjoying it all, man. And just a hot take, man. I got the Celtics going to the finals, man. And that's how we gonna seal the deal, man. Y'all got anything else before we get out of here?
One thing I want to say, prayers go out to Jacob Blake family and everything. You know, there's been a topic of discussion. Where's that? Wisconsin, I believe. Yeah. Or Nebraska, one of those states. You feel me? Shout out to him. I'm glad that he's still alive and breathing, though. You feel me? Most of the times when you hear about or see a video like that, person's never alive to tell the tale. I'm glad that he survived. You feel me? Still be able to be with his family, whether it be paralyzed or not. He's still here. So glad about that. But I'm happy to see the NBA. The players, like, they were pretty all distraught yesterday when they had interviews and stuff like that. And I think that's what they wanted to do with this bubble is, every time something like that happens, they're available to speak about it, speak out on it to the millions. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I personally didn't know about what happened. I saw it on Twitter, but I know, like, it happening in Wisconsin didn't really help for the mainstream media. So they were definitely out there pushing those messages. It's on House Highlights, Bleacher Report. So I appreciate them for, all just taking a stand, so prayers out to his family, and, hope we can get some change to it.
Man, for sure. Definitely prayers out to his family, man. I definitely want to prayers out to the Bryant family, man. Salute Mama Day 824, man. We definitely want to salute that, and we definitely gonna honor that. And man, salute to my cousin, man. He just lost his life this past weekend, man. Hooper, big Hooper out in the crib, man. Everybody love him, man. Wavy, we on you, man. Ball in peace, man. So we definitely just making sure we keep it staying prayed up, man, and pray for the ones around us, man, because it's definitely real out here. And yeah, man, we just gonna keep rocking out every week, man. On Tuesday, man, y'all come and catch us, man. Micah and friends, man, we are in the building. Shout out to TOV Sports. This whole production is being brought to you by them. Shout out to National Sports Chat. You can follow us on IG, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. We there. You feel me? Shout out to the podcast page, Micah and friends. We got more content coming over there. I know y'all. We just slowed down. Trust me, we got more content coming y'all way. Just shout out to everything, man. We gonna get everything rolling, man. Make sure you go over there, follow Cot on IG. Make sure you follow Nate on IG. And we in here and we out of here and we checking out, man. Micah and Friends podcast episode, whatever. Shout out to the world and we up out of here. Yes, sir.
Yep.